Welcome to Today in Prophecy Daily News in 15 minutes or less. News with that biblical perspective. Hey, just a couple of reminders. I will be in Redlands tonight, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. Join me if you're in the area, Redlands, California. It's in Southern California. Check it out at the events page, hopeforourtimes.com. Also, don't forget, we will be in Texas, and let me tell you, that conference is going to be over the top. So cool. We still have the question mark there, but we're about ready to come up with all of the new pictures and faces for y'all. We'll have that soon enough because we know who it is. So Dr. Andy Woods will be joining us. Dr. Hamuz Shariat is also going to be joining us. Let's see who else. Olivier Melnick, Pete Garcia, Eric Stackelbeck, myself, and also Chaim Mailspin's going to be joining us from the front lines of Gaza. Believe it or not, going to be coming video from Gaza. Chaim has led missions into the tunnels in Gaza. Unbelievable. But he's going to be joining us for the Texas conference from Gaza. Also, Josh Waller from the Israel guys. Many of you know who the Israel guys are. He's going to be joining us via video from Israel too. It's going to be over the top. And a couple of others. It's going to be really good. And I have another edition, tell you about that, maybe Sunday or something. But it's going to be a fantastic conference. So we're going Friday. And then Friday evening is a Shabbat dinner for anybody who wants to go to the Shabbat dinner. It's going to be great. It's going to be an off-the-record Q&A with all of the speakers that are going to be there. It's going to be absolutely terrific. And then we have Saturday, all day long Saturday. It's just going to be over the top. And if you can't be there in person, you can join us for live stream. But we really wanted to bless you guys this time with live stream. So it's going to be, you'll get the live stream right away. But then about a week or so afterwards, you're going to get a permanent link to the conference. It's going to include the entire Texas conference. It's going to also include the Shabbat dinner, the Q&A, off-the-cuff Q&A that we have with the speakers that are going to be there. It's going to be really cool at the Shabbat dinner. And then we are also including the conference from Santa Barbara, California that we had last week. So you're getting two conferences plus the Shabbat dinner. And it's going to be over the top. If you join the live stream, you'll get the permanent link about a week afterwards, be able to join us live for the conference. It's going to be great. No matter where you are in the world, you're going to be able to get to join us. Let me tell you, it's going to be really good. And then one other thing is I'll also be staying over. I'll be doing Sunday morning in Rockwall, Texas. So I look at this. It's really what's shaped up to be the Texas conference has now become the Texas Israel conference. Going to be really good. Okay, one other thing. I want to give a shout out to the folks in Idaho. We opened up our church in 412 Church in Idaho. Pastor Tim Thompson is leading that, and I've come alongside, and I was able to speak out there last week. But watch this short video. That was great. Other than the big head that was in the front of the picture, it was so great. It was wonderful time. Over 200 people. It was only the second Sunday we were there. God bless you guys. Can't wait to get back up there. But 412 Church in Idaho in the Kuna area of Boise. Listen, join us there if you can. Okay, right now, let's get going with some news. Are you guys ready? So here we go. IDF to mobilize 60,000 reservists for Gaza City operation. The action plan presented to the defense minister includes mobilizing 60,000 new reservists in addition to the 20,000 already in service. By the way, Chaim Mailspin, who's going to be joining us from the front lines in Gaza, as I mentioned, he's been leading some of the operations into the tunnels. He has more coming. Asked us to pray for him. But he'll be joining us via Gaza video in Texas. He's been serving as a reservist on the front line 683 straight days, I think 684, 85 now. And you look at this and they're calling up more. And what a grueling time, unbelievable. And with all of the things that keep being said about those who are in Israel, the lies that are spread, unbelievable. Anyways, we look at that, what's going on in Gaza. Next article, preparations for a move on Gaza City have started. Israel's military says troops have reached the city's outskirts, an Israeli official said, adding that more reservists are being asked to report for duty to cover for other soldiers who will be involved in going into Gaza City. Again, you look, you go, folks, this is real. As we look at things moving forward, we do know this. Biblically, we can tell from Ezekiel that Gaza, Judea, and Samaria Israel's going to have full control on them, because it has to get to a place where they will be dwelling, Israel will be dwelling, the Jews there, in peace and safety without bars or walls or gates, and being able to lay down their weapons. They are not there yet, so it has to happen. Israel will have sovereignty over Judea, Samaria, and Gaza. By the way, the world wants to call it the West Bank. I prefer to call it by its biblical name, as do the Israel guys. I love that. Judea and Samaria. It's not the West Bank, it's Judea and Samaria. That's a biblical name. So as we look at this, Israel will have control, and people are going, where's all of this going to go? I don't know where it's going to go from day to day, but we do know how the story ends, and we do know what's coming before we get to the end of the story too. So it is all going that way. Okay, with this, let's keep moving. Check this out. Trump floats air support for Ukraine as part of security guarantees. Okay, as I mentioned this yesterday, on Mondays Today in Prophecy, we talked about peace and safety. Remember that? Big word. It's everywhere out there. We went into Daniel chapter 8, verse 25 on Monday during Today in Prophecy. Yesterday, we talked about security. You're going to start hearing more and more about safety and security. And here is this article, just as you just saw there. What is it? It is this safety. It is all about this security as Trump floats air support for Ukraine as part of security guarantees. Again, you start looking at it, you can go, what are some of the key details, the key things that are out there during the last days? It is the attention of the world is going to focus on Jerusalem. The world is going to turn against Israel. Israel will have victory. There will be a false peace and security plan that especially comes against Israel. We know that Russia, wherever they are, God says, I'll put hooks in your jaws and turn you around and bring you into the area of Israel, on the mountains of Israel. So we think probably referring to the northern part of the nation of Israel during the Gog and Magog invasion that is going to come. But God is going to give the victory. So we look at these certain things that are key details. We can also look at technology, which we're going to get to in a second, as being a key detail, and surveillance and tracking the masses, right? Those are key things when it comes to the last days, especially with Jerusalem. But another key word is security or safety. Talked about that yesterday. It's in the news. We are only going to hear more and more about peace and security. Folks, the way is being paved for what the Bible describes in the last days as 10 kings who will be appointed their positions, and then they will give their power and authority, as Revelation chapter 17 says, to the beast, to the one that's commonly referred to as Antichrist. So everything is going that way. It is this beast system that's being built, but the world right now is clamoring for peace and safety, but the clamoring is going to get louder and louder. And I am thinking, again, this is over Ukraine, the article I just showed you, but I am thinking when it comes to Israel and the Jews specifically, how many Jews must be thinking worldwide, we just want to live in peace. And so that day is coming, but there will be, before the Prince of Peace comes, before Yeshua comes, there will be a fake peace that comes. It will not be genuine. It will be fake. Okay, check out this next story. Last one. Look at this. This is most interesting. Armed drones. This is out of Newsweek. Armed drones to be deployed at schools to stop mass shooters. All right. You start looking at this and you think, what a great idea. But this article says, because we're going to work through it, drone technology that assists responders to school shootings is set to be trialed in Florida. The Campus Guardian Angel is a Texas-based system that, while supporting the police and other responders, a trial will be rolled out in 3 Florida school districts after approval from Governor Ron DeSantis. With more than 60 school shooting incidents reported in Florida alone since 2018, according to the K-12 school shooting database, educators and lawmakers have urgently sought innovative approaches to school safety. The introduction of attack drones, designed to respond to active shooter threats in seconds, aims to address the crucial window in which most fatalities occur and could represent a major shift in school security across the U.S. Okay, you look at this. I want you to think. If your child goes to school, right, public school, and they're in there, or even private school for that matter, your child goes to school, there's a shooting. How horrible that would be to think your child is in there right now. And children that have been killed in these school shootings. Horrific to even think about that. But people want even that kind of peace and that kind of safety. And what will happen, it's coming, and you can understand it because people, listen, as a parent, I wouldn't want my kid going to school at the risk of being shot. Let's bring in more safety measures, so you bring in drones. What, again, as you look at everything is being set up. This brings in tracking. This brings in the reality of another part of the system. And this time it is for peace, it is for safety, but ultimately we know from what the Bible tells us, this will be used to control the masses, not just control the criminals who literally have evil intent, but it will be used by the system that's coming with the 10 kings and this Antichrist at the top. Listen, what do you think China would do with something like this, a drone like this? You start thinking of governments, what would North Korea do? You start thinking of it like that and you go, well, what on earth do you think it's going to be used for when this world has this nefarious, this wicked leader who comes on the scene proclaiming to be the Christ, proclaiming to be the Messiah? He's going to have a winsome personality. People are going to love him. He's going to be very charismatic. People are going to be won over to him. And he's able to come along and say, I promise you peace and safety. I promise it to Israel. Oh, let me tell you, I can help you build your temple. I promise you peace and safety in Israel. I can fix this war over here. We will no longer have these wars and rumors of wars. I can do it all. I will fix the economy. And then he comes along and says, and guess what? You'll have peace and safety in the schools. What is being set up right now? Everybody's minds are being conditioned worldwide for peace and security. But even when we see lawlessness abounding, just as Jesus said, what do? You bring in something like these drones to control the lawlessness. Very interesting dynamic that takes place in the last days. You have two things that seem to oppose each other. You have lawlessness abounding, as Jesus said in Matthew chapter 24, but you also have a system that has absolute control over the masses. How do they both work at the same time? They work together. You bring in the lawlessness, and then you bring in the control mechanisms. So the world is being set up, conditioned mentally, emotionally for what's coming, spiritually to worship the Antichrist. You start thinking of AI Jesus, AI Bible, all of the deceptions coming in spiritually. The world is being conditioned mentally, emotionally, and spiritually for this coming kingdom that will promise more and more peace and safety, the answer to all of the problems that the world has. The leader at the top is going to be very charismatic. Right now, we're in the beast building system, but it's like we're in the final stage, the preparation of the mind and the heart and the spiritual dynamics of that last days empire that is coming. God bless you guys. Join me in Redlands in just a little while, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, Redlands, California. Also, don't forget, Texas is going to be over the top. Would love to see you in Texas. No matter where you are in the world, though, if you can't be in Texas, join us online. It's going to be a fantastic conference, and it's also going to include the Santa Barbara conference, the messages there that were over the top, and the Shabbat dinner, the Q&A that we're going to have there. But God bless you guys, and we will see you. Join us tomorrow for You Can't Make This Up. I have special guest. John Prescott from Australia is going to join us live, and Kurt Reed. Both of them are going to be live with me tomorrow on You Can't Make This Up. God bless you guys.